History remembers the warriors, the conquerors, the kings. But what about those who conquered with compassion? Today, I'm revealing the untold stories of history's most powerful weapon, empathy. These forgotten heroes changed the world not with swords, but with their hearts. And what they did will shock you. We've all heard about the famous figures, Gandhi, Mother Teresa, Martin Luther King Jr. But hidden in history's shadows are individuals whose acts of empathy were so radical, so unprecedented, they were deliberately erased from our textbooks. These weren't saints. They were ordinary people who made extraordinary choices in humanity's darkest moments. Their stories have been buried for decades, until now. Let's unmask history's forgotten heroes of empathy. While Sendler saved 1,200 people, one woman saved 2,500 children, and no one knows her name. Warsaw, 1942. The Nazi occupation is at its peak. In the Jewish ghetto, children are dying at a rate of 5,000 per month. But one Polish social worker is about to pull off the most daring rescue operation you've never heard of. Her name, Irena Sendler, posing as a nurse checking for typhus. Irena entered the ghetto daily. But she wasn't just checking for disease. She was smuggling children out, babies in toolboxes, toddlers in suitcases, children sedated and hidden in ambulances. But here's where it gets incredible. Irena kept meticulous records of every child's real identity, writing their names on tissue paper and burying them in glass jars under an apple tree. Why? Because she believed in hell that these families would reunite. The Nazis caught her. They broke her legs and arms during torture. She never revealed a single name. After the war, she dug up those jars and tried to reunite families. Most of the parents had been killed, but 2,500 children lived because one woman chose empathy over fear. Irena was nominated for the Nobel Peace Prize in 2007. She didn't win. The award went to Al Gore for a PowerPoint presentation on climate change. Let that sink in. But Irena isn't the only forgotten hero. In fact, the next person on this list did something so controversial, his own country tried to erase him from history. One man lost everything: his career, his reputation, his future to save 6,000 strangers. And his own government disowned him for it. Lithuania, 1940. Nazi Germany is advancing across Europe. Thousands of Jewish refugees are desperately trying to escape. They need visas to leave. But every country is saying no. Enter Chiune Sugihara, a Japanese diplomat stationed in Lithuania. Against direct orders from his government, Chiune began handwriting transit visas. For 29 days straight, he wrote non-stop. His hand cramped. He couldn't sleep, but he kept writing, 18 to 20 hours a day. Every single day. When the consulate closed and he was forced to leave, he was still writing visas on the train as it pulled away, literally throwing them out the window to desperate refugees running alongside. He saved over 6,000 lives. Japan punished him by stripping him of his diplomatic career. He spent the rest of his life in obscurity, working odd jobs. Decades later, a survivor found him and asked, "Why did you risk everything?" His answer, "You want to know about my motivation? It's simple. I couldn't let innocent people die. No grand speech, no hero complex, just pure radical empathy." So why don't we know these names? Why aren't these stories in every history book? Because empathy doesn't make headlines. Compassion doesn't conquer territory. Kindness doesn't build empires. History is written by power. But power isn't what changes the world people do. Irena, Sendler, Chiune, Sugihara. 5 names. Thousands of lives saved. Millions of descendants living today because someone chose empathy over indifference. These weren't superhuman. They were ordinary people who saw suffering and thought, "I can't walk away from this." They risked everything, not for glory, but because it was right. Empathy is a choice, and every single day we get to make that choice. If these stories moved you, share this video. These heroes deserve to be remembered. Drop a comment telling me which story hit you the hardest. And if you know another forgotten hero of empathy, tell us their story. Let's unmask them together. Hit subscribe if you want more hidden histories that will change how you see the world. Remember, history isn't just what happened. It's what we choose to remember. Let's choose to remember empathy.